Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Pruitt, and this is Everyday People doing everyday shit here on whatever podcast app you use and or whatever live stream app you use. Hopefully, it's YouTube, coming to you live from CES 2025. Sitting here inside of one of the media rooms and the little meeting rooms that I had to reserve. Oh boy, and of course, the internet is wonky here. Of course, the internet is wonky here, so I'm sort of going to be at the mercy of this Wi-Fi as far as how well this live stream is going to go. But at the same time, I am doing a local recording, so I'll rebroadcast this later. But I just wanted to pop in here and say hello to everybody and let you know what's going on at CES briefly and let you know some of the other everyday shit stuff that's happening here. So if you're in here live on YouTube right now, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up and like button right now. I'll let everybody know you're checking this out. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I see you in the live chat. I don't have my dual monitor, so it's going to be tough to see the live chat, but I see my man Ozone Nightmares in here. Thanks for being here, my man. Appreciate you popping in here. Got in here late, wanted to be in here at 3:30, but I got caught in the middle of, I was in a session for Jefferson Graham because I just wanted to show him some support, but then I ended up seeing one of the celebrities there, so I went and took a picture with him and took some footage of him. And then I also spoke with Shira Lazar. Some of y'all may know Shira Lazar. She's been in the creator space for a long time, and she's quite good and quite inspirational. It was nice to chat with her face to face, so then I had to book it all the way from the north side here to the west side, but it's totally worth it. It was totally worth the effort. So thanks for hanging out here live in the chat and watching on YouTube. So what's been going on with CES? For the folks that's been hanging out in Patreon, you've heard I've had some interesting challenges with with CES here as of Sunday. So I landed Sunday here in Las Vegas in the new airport. Well, it's not new, but in a different terminal for me. And I swear, as soon as I got out of there, dude, my eyes just started turning red, and I'm allergic to Las Vegas apparently, and it didn't get any better. So that was Sunday evening, okay, and I tried to do a little bit of prep and whatnot Sunday evening, but my eyes just wasn't feeling it. I eventually got up Monday morning and got myself some antihistamines and whatnot, and taking my supplements and so forth just to try to do something about what was going on with my eyes. But it looked like I'd been crying, for the last 24 hours. But it's something in the air, some type of allergen. And so Monday afternoon, I had planned on coming here to CES pre-show a bit early so I can do some prep. And I like to show the floor early and show how it looks before the show kicks off and all of that. And that was totally cut off. There's been quite a bit of security changes happening here for obvious reasons, and I appreciate it. But they locked down a lot of stuff, even to the media nowadays. And it makes things a little more difficult and a little more inconvenient from a content creation standpoint. But I totally appreciate the security trying to do everything they can to keep us safe, because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening out there. But yeah, that's what happened there. So then I was like, well, since I can't do the stuff I would normally do here on the convention floor, I'll just go back to the hotel and just do some more prep on the laptop. So I get back to the hotel and I'm on my laptop doing my thing, trying to plan stuff out for Tuesday. And my eyes, I swear, they just kept getting worse and worse. And things just kept getting like more and more blurry. And just like my vision was going away. So it was scary for a little bit. And something told me to go to the bathroom and take a look. And I went and looked at myself in the mirror. And dude, my eyes, all of this right here, all of that there, they were just swollen. So much to where my eyes were almost shut. I've never had that happen to me before. I don't know what the hell is in the air here, but my body did not like it. So I ended up getting some ice packs and whatnot, putting that on my eyes and just going from there. It was the weirdest thing. And I went to bed. I didn't go to my press show last night because I couldn't. I couldn't. I looked really, really bad. I don't know how I sounded. I guess I sounded fine because I felt fine, but I looked really, really bad. And I didn't want to go to a press event with my eyes like that and struggling with my vision. So I ended up going to bed early. Got up this morning, first day of the show, and my eyes are a little bit better. They look really good now. So I figure as long as I'm outside, make sure I wear a mask and try not to breathe in whatever pollen or whatever allergens it is that's going on out there. But yeah, so those challenges are out of the way. Again, the main thing here at CES is just the security. You really need to be aware of the security and knowing that it's going to slow you down a little bit. At least it's been slowing me down a little bit. But I'm okay now. I've already gotten one video shot that I need to edit and get that ready for ZDNet. So that's one of 3 videos that I need to do this week. And I'm still working on some stuff to write, trying to figure that out. Maybe I'll figure out some more of the writing stuff tonight when I go to the press event that's in the Bellagio. Sometimes those things are hit or miss. Sometimes it's really, really good as far as the content opportunities that are there. And what I'm doing as far as like my own channel, I'm working on a video that's just going to show what's happening, or well, not necessarily what's happening, but just something to show what do you call it? Like a touristy view of what is CES. Because just from talking to the folks here on my Patreon, I felt like I should probably do something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through a couple of the different halls. You got the North Hall, the Central Hall, and the South Hall. And I'm gonna go through those halls and just do a little bit of a quick intro of what's in there, and then spotlight some of the things that I saw, whatnot, and just go from there. So that's something I'm thinking about doing for my own channel. And I see a super chat just come in from Ozone Nightmare. Thank you so much. It says, glad you're down in the desert so the rest of us won't have to be. Hopefully the allergens calm the hell down. What's the best thing I've seen so far is the question that he asked. The best thing that I've seen so far? It's 2 things. One of them most people probably don't care about, so I'll get that out of the way first. There's I believe it's called Arcotrack, and they make electronic dirt bikes. And some of you may not know, but when I was a youngster and teenager and stuff, I had friends that lived in the country, and we used to ride ATVs and dirt bikes. I loved that stuff. Loved it as a kid, and I would ride them today if you put me on one. But these little dirt bikes, they're all EV powered, and they're going to give you the same type of performance as a combustible engine. She said that these were rated at about 125 cc engines. So they're not the biggest dirt bikes, but they're also not the smallest either. And it's really nice tech on them as far as plug and play kind of thing, and looks like a standard dirt bike other than you don't have a clutch or gear to shift anything. It's all automatic, but it looked really fun, and it was in orange too. So that thing, yeah, that's probably the coolest thing that I saw that nobody's going to care about, but it got my attention. And there's another thing from, I think they're called P1 Racing. P1 Racing, they have a bunch of different simulators, and their clientele ranges from just a little old nobody like myself to A-list celebrities. So their product SKU is very wide, and they have this simulation kit for race cars, for aircraft, and all kinds of stuff. And this thing, you can hook it up to VR, put a VR mask on it if you want to. You don't have to, but if you can, if you want to. And then they have the one that impressed me the most is you're flying a freaking fighter jet. So they have a simulation kit there for a fighter jet, fly-by-wire joystick on the side, and the throttle controls on the other side for the jets and thrust and so forth. And then if you just want to drive a race car, they got the standard steering wheel and yoke right there in the middle of it too. And they can build all of that out to be specific, or they can build out a universal one just in case you want to go between the different types of vehicles, be it an aircraft or be it some type of car. And the price point, of course, is going to be pretty high, but damn, it's really, really nice tech. And wow, I did not mute my phone during this time. So we're going to mute that right now. Sorry about that. But that's probably the coolest thing I've seen so far. A lot of things are sort of run of the mill, been there, done that kind of thing. I haven't seen anything really jump out yet, but there's still time. I'll be here tomorrow. And plus the stuff that I may see tonight at the Bellagio at the press event. I want to try to find some stuff going on the health side of things, just to see what innovative tech is there. But yeah. Oh, and then I saw this other thing. It's called an XBot Go. XBot Go. And I'll probably do a write-up about that, if not do a video about it. Yeah, that's probably going to be the video. XBot Go. And it's basically you mount this on top of a tripod, and it's got a wide angle camera on the front. You put your smartphone in it, hook it up, and it's designed to do sports tracking. So if you want to track a player in a specific football game, soccer game, or what have you, it'll use AI to motion track them, and there's no latency in this thing. It moves, it pans beautifully. And it's got a whole kit and whatnot, and it looks like it's reasonably priced. And just based on what I saw in the demo, this thing is tracking. They had it set up to track onto a television screen, and it was tracking that perfectly. And if you've ever used a camera, you know sometimes things don't quite look the way they seem through a camera versus what our eyes see when you're looking at a TV screen. And this thing is killing it. And then, the craziest thing, screen protector. Saw a screen protector. Excuse me, sorry for my voice. I did see a screen protector for a phone or a tablet, and I know that sounds really boring, but it's a specific screen protector that allows you to have 3D imagery come out of your phone. So you put this thing on, and it's using the proximity sensors on your phone, and it literally lifts off the whatever is showing on your screen into 3D space. So I tried to video it. Of course, you couldn't see it, but I'm looking at this with my own eyes, y'all. And this thing, it was nice. It was really nice. And they also have the same technology for larger screens, not just for tablets and things like that. But it was basically aimed to be a product that like VR gamers and stuff, well, not necessarily VR, but XR gamers and whatnot. Doesn't require a headset. It's just you need to have some type of proximity sensor on whatever the screen is, so that screen knows how close you are to the content and knows how to properly project it. And it even moves with you too. That was pretty neat. So maybe that was the number one thing. Sorry for the long-winded answer. Yeah. Back into the chat here. Tanya W is in the house. Good to see you. She says, wow, I caught you live. Yeah, I got in here, Miss Tanya. I tried to get in here at 3:30, but that wasn't happening just because I couldn't get over here. I was trying. And so I shifted it to 3:45 and barely got in here at that time. But I appreciate them having accommodations for the media in here and giving me a nice little quiet-ish room to broadcast and check in on y'all. Yeah. And then, oh man, thank you so much, Tanya. Tanya also just put a super chat in here. Thank you so much. $50 super chat. She says, thank you for covering the show for us. Man, thank you. I really do appreciate that support, lady. Yeah, I wanted to just try to show as much as I can. Like I said, the video that I'm working on, it'll probably be up this weekend or so, depending on how fast I can edit it, in addition to editing the stuff that I'm doing with ZDNet. But I just wanted to show just a couple of different clips of, what's it like in the North Hall? What's it like in the Central Hall? What's it like in the South Hall? And I can tell you right now, when you walk into the North Hall, there is a serious theme in the North Hall, and it's pretty much power and sustainability. And some of that stuff you're not going to care about, and some of that stuff you will find fairly interesting. People that are interested in the world of better solar tech, this is their space. People that are looking for the best gear for taking out on their camping trips, that's their space to go and check it out, because it's got a lot of power options in there. And then, of course, you got the power of, batteries and things like this or what have you. It's very, very neat, but it's not the only thing over there, but it's definitely a theme in the North Hall, so yeah, that's how I want to try to do those videos and share that content with all of you. All right. Far as what's going on at the house, so let's see. There's so much to share, but I want to wait until next week to talk about that when I got Queen Pruitt on the mics with me. So the folks in Patreon, you already know that we went to the Rose Bowl last week, and that was down there to go see the Hardhead in Pasadena, California. That was an experience in itself. Lots of interesting, weird shit happened while I was down there. Believe it or not, the whole story with my eyes that I've been talking about here, similar instance happened down there at the Rose Bowl. My eyes were very, very red. And I think it's just I'm allergic to whatever's in the air down there. I don't know. But yeah, the Rose Bowl was something else. Really, really glad we experienced that. Unfortunately, the football team got the hell beat out of them. Ugh. But there's a lot to talk about on that. But I'd rather wait till Queen Pruitt is on the mics so we can talk about it together. And speaking of Queen Pruitt, for those of you watching the video, live, I came across one of the celebrities that I was talking about. I came across this guy, and I know she loves him. So let me see if I can put it on the screen there. You know him? That's Denham Richards. If you've seen the show Yellowstone, he's one of the black cowboys there. He's the only black cowboy there. And he does a damn good job on that show. The joke that Queen Pruitt has on this cat is he's the black cowboy that didn't get killed early, Because y'all know how it is. Y'all know cinema always has the black folks getting killed early and that stuff. But he did a damn good job, and supposedly he can sing too. But according to him, he told me, tell her don't believe everything that's on the internet, But it was cool to see him. And he owns a company that focuses on trying to work on pay equity for creators. I can't remember the name of it, but damn, I got it on my camera somewhere, so I'll probably talk about that later too. But I listened to some of his chat. What I'll do is I'll take some of that chat from him and I'll put it in my YouTube shorts, and y'all could just subscribe and check those out there. But he's an advocate for people getting paid properly as creators. And there was an interesting statistic. He said that he learned from his attorney. He says, the creator economy is pretty much the only economy that don't have lawyers look at contracts until it's like too late. He says what happens is people get that big break and they get this deal and they start reading over the contract and whatnot, and it sounds fine, but then stuff like the residuals fall through, stuff like that. And they said, well, a lawyer would have caught that. That first upfront payday is good to go, but you also need to think about the long term and stuff like that. And granted, the stuff that I do background wise and whatnot, or even some of the VO stuff, I look at all of that on mine. I look for the clauses and residuals and things like that. And there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of them that'll say, hey, we can't pay you yet, but we're thinking this is going to be a big budget, so we'll give you 2%. And that's a bit of a gamble, or it could be a scam. I don't know. It depends on you. But then there's others that say, hey, we're going to give you this flat rate, plus we're going to give you an additional this or that per period or something, It's all out there. If you go back to my creator office hours where I talked about getting started with backstage and modeling and things like that, I talk about some of that stuff in there. So just go back to the channel and check that stuff out. But yeah, his chat was pretty interesting. Jefferson Graham's chat was interesting. They just talking about, using your using whatever camera you have, be it a smartphone or be it a fancy, smashy camera, but just figure out a way to tell the story that's going to meet the needs of your client, and if you're just shooting it for yourself, either way, use whatever the hell you want and just frame it up to where it's going to meet your needs. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Oh, man. Let's see. Ozone Nightmare with the super chat. He says, I'm shocked you managed to live stream from there with all the show mania. I got to run and prep to talk about Star Trek 3 for at least 2 hours. Looking forward to your show material and hope all is well. Thank you so much, my man, for your super chat, too. Yeah, that's the thing. It's always hit or miss. Believe it or not, when I first got here this morning, my phone could connect to the Wi-Fi, but my laptop couldn't. Because I came in here to get some fuel, got some Danishes and whatnot, and some coffee so I can get ready to go out to the floor. But I said I'd also check to make sure internet was okay to go here. So I connected my phone to the Wi-Fi, boom, just like that. But man, wasn't happening when it came to the laptop, and apparently it wasn't just me. So they had their technicians around here, and everybody's just sort of running around like chickens with their heads cut off, because that's what happens. And I also heard that it was widespread. It wasn't just here at this media room. It was also out on the north floor too. So there were some of the vendors there out on the north floor with no connectivity. That's not good, but they worked it out. My internet's been fine ever since, so we shall see. All right. I don't think I got anything else off the top of my head. Like I said, a lot of stuff that's in my brain, I'd rather wait and share it when I got Queen Pruitt on the mics, too. I think it's only fair. That's if she actually wants to get on the daggone mics that time, because y'all know how she be tripping sometime. Let me check out what's going on here in the Patreon. I'm picking up my phone to check out Patreon, seeing if there's anything I missed in there from the community. So let's see. Because I shared some pictures in there. I saw the office hours folks in there. If y'all don't know about office hours is hosted by Alex Lindsay. He's the primary, but he has a lot of different folks from the creator industry, media industry, broadcast industry, from all walks of life. I saw Jeff Powers here tonight, and I just forgot his name, but what's his name? Dr. John Idelson? Yeah, Dr. Idelson. He's here tonight. Here, let me show you the picture. Can you see the picture? No, you can't really see that picture, but that's us hanging out earlier. It was nice to bump into them. I didn't know they were here. I didn't think they'd be here. They tend to go to stuff like NAB. But yeah, then I also saw the greatest of all time. No, he ain't the greatest of all time, but one of the greatest of all time, Charles Woodson, Hall of Fame football player. Spoke with him for a few minutes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this event, man, but I'm telling you, CES is a grind. You're not going to come here and be lazy. You're not. Hopefully, I've wrapped up a potential gig at the end of the month, so that's a little bit more income for the month. We'll see. Just got to follow up on that and see if it's real. That's the main thing, and if it's an actual real opportunity. But at the very least, they know my daggum name now. You know what I'm saying? So fingers crossed, and the gig will be semi-local. It's there in Silicon Valley, and we'll just go from there. All right, so let me see. Any questions in the live stream there? Fantastic. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the show. All right. Thank you, Miss Tanya. All right, everybody. I'm going to get on up out of here. I really do look forward to talking to you all next week. There's so much going on with the Pruitt crew. Like I said, at the end of last year, 2024 was unbelievable, between being unbelievably amazing and unbelievably shit-tastic. And I guess that's what makes us who we are. Is we're fortunate enough to be able to see and live through both sides of that spectrum. And I guess that's going to continue for 2025. I have no idea. So yeah, I look forward to talking to you all. Please feel free to hit me up with any comments or questions here in the comment section of the video, or feel free to shoot an email to podcast@antpruitt.com. Thank you to all of the Patreon subscribers. Go to patreon.com/AntPruitt and join the Patreon community for free, and hang out there, as that's where my social media is now. I spend more time there sharing this and that, be it random stuff, be it behind the scenes stuff from here at CES or what have you. And I got to tell you, I do not like this webcam. That quality is not up to stuff. It's just not, but it's all I got at the moment. All right, like, share, subscribe, tell folks about the show. Do something good for yourself, do something nice for someone else, and know that it's okay to love you some you. I shall see y'all later. Take care.